Wealth is not money. I know that how that sounds, but stay with me for a second. Every note in your wallet, every swipe of your card is actually a certificate of performance. Somebody gave you that because you solved their problem. And here's the terrifying and also exciting truth. The size of your wealth is a direct reflection of how many people you're serving. So the question isn't, how do I make more money? The question is, whose problem am I best designed to solve? Let's get into that conversation because it starts now.
Okay.
There you go.
To me, wealth is money.
Straight to the point, Lennon.
The one-word definition.
Straight to the point.
I think lots of money, right?
Yeah. So you're on track. That's good. Wealth is not merely an accumulation of money, but it's the tangible evidence of serving others. If you remember last week, we spoke about how when you serve others, you will be paid. You will be rewarded. And it's not only in money, but money is one of the components that contributes to your wealth. So it's the tangible evidence of serving others. And it's really a certificate of performance. So the notes that we have in our wallets, the coins that we have, the cards that we swipe, and the changes in our bank balances, not only money, but they're physical markers of who is serving who and the value that we're each delivering to one another. So for those that may be wondering if the Bible does speak about money, last week we spoke about Genesis. It spoke and it said that money was good. If we can turn to our Bibles, if we've got them, to Deuteronomy 8, verse 18. It says, "And you shall remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you power to get wealth." So God is concerned about wealth, and He has it in the Bible, which is our manual for living. So we need to be very good stewards of that wealth that we're given by God, and we need to also be good at spending it. So before Terry comes on, I will just give you the last nugget, and then he'll take us away. Because money is good, we must therefore desire to act in a way that attracts money to us. If you remember last week, we said we attract what we believe in, we attract what we like. And for us to be able to attract money, we need to behave in a way that attracts money to us. So over to you, Terry.
All right. Thank you so much, Julie. And I just thank you for that. And I hope you got the definition that money is a certificate of performance. So that means that there is something we are doing that is attracting it back to us. Now, the doing is not in worrying about it. That attracts nothing but worry. Are we together? So when we are saying money is a certificate of performance, that tells us that if we want to have more of it, there must be something we should do. Are we together? We're good so far? But before we go there, I want to just take this part. The idea that we want to share with you this morning is you must desire to make more money and therefore go about acting in a way that attracts more money. Are we together? Because remember, desiring more doesn't mean you are greedy. It means you understand that it is a consequence, like Julie rightly said, of you serving other people. So if I say to you, you must desire to serve other people, everyone's smiling. Are we together? If I say, but by saying that, I'm also saying you must desire to want more money because it comes together. It's a combined package. Are we together? So if you're feeling a bit queasy and feeling like, something's going wrong, I'm just saying serve more people. Right? How many of us have heard people talk about there's no money in the economy? How many of you have actually said that? You must repent, you are liars. Okay. Because there's something, let me go back into ancient times. When we say there's no money in the economy, what you're also telling me is you don't like serving other people, because if you solved someone's problem, they would gladly come to your rescue and give you the money you need. Are we together? Even a business that's about to shut down, if you've got a solution that can turn around their fortunes, they will find the money to pay you. Are we together? So even in crisis, money will always be found. But here's the thing that I hope you're beginning to see. People will only pay you if you solve a problem. People will only pay you if you solve a problem. So that means in our thinking, if we want to get to a point where we make more and attract more, the question we must be asking is, what do people want? What do people want? How do we find that out? We ask questions. And when we are asking our questions, the focus is on listening, not talking. If you are asking someone what they want and you are doing more of the talking, you are not discovering anything. Are we together? So now that we know that people are only interested in their problems, if you want to be part of that game, if you want to be part of that conversation, you need to ask yourself, what am I gifted in? You may know all the problems, but your attempt to solve it may add more problems than solutions if you are not gifted or uniquely wired to solve that problem. I think that's why the Bible speaks and says a man's gift will make room for him. And you'll go before other men or other people. Because when you begin to show your gift, it will begin to show someone else that I could use this to improve my life. Are we together? So the question I need you to answer for yourself is, what do I do better than 10,000 other people? That's your business. If you've been struggling all along, you've probably been trying to copy someone else's gift, because that's what we like to do as people. You are given a gift, you think it's insignificant, and you start focusing on someone else, correct? And you say, I wish I could sing as good as Dr. Tatenda. But maybe you haven't been given the gift to sing. So discover your gift. And how do you do that? And lastly, and this is where you move between hobby and actually earning income, is who can pay for my gift? Are we together? There are a couple of assessments that you can also take, but the homework for you is to discover, because God is smart. Your gifts are not hidden. They are patterns, and they come out whether you like it or not. Those who are extremely successful and those who attract huge amounts of certificates of performance to themselves are those who've discovered what makes them special, and they spend the rest of their life just getting better at that. So after you've discovered your gift, what I want you to do is begin to ask yourself, what does it look like to develop this? And when you're developing it, the next thing is, how can I deploy this? How can I bring this to the office? How can I bring this to church? How can I bring this to every single sphere? Because practice makes permanent. And when you begin to show that when you are good at something, that competence develops a confidence in you that you can begin to advertise and tell people, I am the person you have been waiting for, because you've got the receipts. Are we together? Are we good so far? I hope someone's benefiting something. So now when you know your gifts, you know, we talk about it's hard to find customers in some businesses. It's not hard to find customers in certain businesses. What is actually happening in your case is that you have not made yourself findable to your customers. So after you know what makes you special, your homework is now, how do I make people find me? Because here's another wealth principle. People only do business with people they know, like, and trust. So even if you are the best at something, but I don't know you, I cannot work with you. Are we together? So you telling someone that I am very good at this is not showing off. You are actually doing your God-ordained duty of letting them know your solution is housed here. Are we together? So marketing is godly. Are we together? Because it allows people to discover you and why you are the person that they need to be working with. So some of you may be thinking, I don't have money. Your social media, Facebook, Instagram, all those places, those are now avenues for you to let people know, I am good at this. Show them. Are we together? We are tired of being conned. We want people to show us what they are good at, not just tell us what they're good at. And how do they like you? They like you when you show up as someone who's more interested in them than yourself. Have you ever, some of the best conversations you've had is because the person you were talking to allowed you to talk more than they did. Are we together? So show more interest in the person you're serving than you, the person being served. Are we together? And how do they trust you? And this is the key thing. This is what's going to determine whether you get a customer once and they never come back again, or they keep coming back and telling people more and more about how good you are. Trust. Business is built on the foundation of trust. How do you show up as trustworthy? You do what you say and say what you do. And sometimes this requires us as people that when things don't go right, for example, the fuel price increases and you're giving a client a price, you just deliver at that same price. You take the loss. Are we together? Because when people know that you can be depended on, and you do not only work when you are benefiting, they will trust you. And when they trust you, your customers will help you. They will come and tell you, your competitor's doing this. Can you do something? Can you improve here? Are we good so far? So what am I saying, finally? Is when you get what you're good at, and you start sharing with people what you're good at, make sure you build that consistency to deliver every single time. And trust me, in any economy, in any season, you'll always be the wealthy one. Because people will buy from you or want to work from you because they know that you solve their problem and you solve it consistently every single time.